Well, welcome back to John1717Project. In this short tutorial, we're going to take a look at the notes functionality. When you create a note, where does it go? How do you find it later on? This is a tremendous, amazing tool for you to be able to capture your thoughts, your ideas, and what you're learning, and also your prayers, both answered and requests, and keep track of them over time and be able to come back to them at any time in the future. So we're here on a dashboard. Let's go ahead and let's open up our study in Philippians that we're becoming pretty familiar with now. And what I'm going to do, we need to have some notes. We don't have any notes yet, so we're going to add some notes to this study, okay? So let's, I'm just going to cut and paste because I made some to make it a little bit faster. I'm going to put a note in here. Christ is not held captive. And sometimes what might look like a setback to me is in God's providence, and He may be using it to advance the gospel. Let's submit that note. Okay, note added. Your note's been saved to the library. Okay, let's add another note. We'll add a few notes here. Let's see. How about it's not always easy? How about that? And let's have this. Let's spell Paul correctly here. Paul used the word advance, which is like being in the Amazon and hacking your way through the jungle, clearing a path. Okay, we'll save that. That's kind of like something I've learned. All right, now let's add another note. They meant it for evil and God meant it for good. It's something that I got from reading the related scriptures. All right, and we'll just have it here. I love the story of Joseph in Genesis 50:20, and it reminds me that every time I'm going, let's fix that, I'm going through something, oh boy, a lot of spelling errors here. Okay, I'm going through something hard or difficult. God is not only fully aware, it is part of His sovereign plan. I need to remember that God is always in control. And in Romans 8:28, it is for my good and for His glory. So let's submit that note. And then let's add a couple of prayer requests. Or prayer, yeah, let's add a request, okay? So we'll click request, and let me just, based on what I learned, help me to remember you're in control, and that's the title, and then here's the prayer. God, when life gets hard, when life gets hard, as it often does, help me to remember the story of Joseph and the promise of Romans 8:28. So we'll submit that prayer, and then let's submit an answered prayer. Let's make another one here. Okay, answer to prayer. My son got a job. Okay, we've been praying for him, and let's just put thank you for answering the prayer for Richard finding a job. Submit it. Okay. So now we got a few things there to be able to find when we go back to our notes. So we'll click on the notes in the nav menu at the top of the screen. It's on pretty much every page. We'll click on that, and we will open up our notes and Rick's Notes, unlimited collection from your private library of spiritual reflections and personal notes. Now, here are the notes. You see my son got a job. Help me to remember you're in control. They meant it for evil, God meant it for good. It's not always easy. Christ is not held captive. And then here's the note we did on one of our earlier videos. This is a note. Okay, let's say that we wanted to edit that. It's a good note. And we might have put, no, it's a bad note because there's nothing valuable here. Okay, so now we made changes. Your note's been edited, and here it is. This is a bad note because there's nothing valuable here. If I went back to the study, you will see, here it is. I'm on my study for the first day, and here it is. It's a bad note because there's nothing valuable here. So it not only changes it in your library, it changes it everywhere that it shows up in your studies. Now we're back to our notes. We've gone back to our notes collection, our private library. And let's say that we want to find just the notes that are related to the Bible devotional. We can click Bible devotional, and now we have just the notes that were related to our Bible devotional. Let's say this note is so bad that we don't think it's worth keeping. We'll just click on the little trash can here, and delete the note. It's a bad note. Yep, let's delete the note. So we delete the note. It's deleted everywhere. All right. Once you delete a note, it is not recoverable. All right. So we now are left with our 3 devotional ones. Let's go back. Let's look at all of them again. So here's all of them. My son got a job. Help me remember. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we've got all the notes. Let's say we just want to look at our prayer notes. So we'll click prayer. And here's just our prayer notes. Help me to remember you're in control. My son got a job. Okay. Let's say that we just want to look at requests. Okay, here's my prayer request. Say you're trying to keep track of prayer requests. Help me to remember you're in control. Or maybe we want to be thankful and we just are looking for the ones where we got answers. Okay, my son got a job. Okay, this is a powerful, powerful tool. This is why it is so important and so valuable for you to enter notes and enter your answers in the application section. This is a truly valuable tool. Now, if we had a bunch of notes, we could search by date. We can just, go back. Okay, let's see, back starting March 1 through today's date, and we can find all the notes that we had, all the prayer requests we made, let's say we wanted to say the prayer requests we made in June. We could just come back here and set this for June 1st to June 30th. Now, we didn't have any in June, so there's not going to be any show up, but if we did, that would show all the answers to prayer from the month of June, or all the prayer requests from the month of June, or all the Bible devotional notes that we put, or all the 7-day devotional notes that we put, etc. Now, if we wanted to, we could search by a keyword. Okay, let's go back to everything, and let's put in a keyword. Let's say we know we had some note or prayer thing or something that we had the word promise in, so let's see if we can find it, okay? So here we go. There it is. Help me remember you're in control. God, when life gets hard, as it often does, you help me remember the story of Joseph and promise. There we go. Maybe how about another keyword? We know we talked something about sovereign or something, okay? Oh, they meant it for evil. God meant it for good. Let's see. Somewhere in here. There it is. Sovereign. God's sovereign plan right there. So it's a very powerful tool to be able to find your notes, to be able to isolate prayers and prayer requests, keep track of God's answers. We've got all the different sections where you're able to add notes in, so you're able to find something very quickly. And if we go back to open it up to today, let's put the end of July, you see here's all the notes that we entered in. So that's how Notes works. It's an extremely powerful tool. It is definitely something that you want to take advantage of, and it is completely private. It is not open to anyone except yourself. Unless you choose to share something, nobody has access to it. So I hope you enjoy that, and we'll tackle another area here in the next video.